Yahoo News, Yahoo News, in Twitter, Home, Connect, Discover, Me, Search Query Search, Verified Accountant, Settings and Help, Michael Coon's Edit Profile, Direct Messages, Lists, Help, Keyboard Shortcuts, Settings, Sign Out, Compose New Tweet, Point BTN Link, Point BTN Link, Focus, Point Pretty Link Me, Point Pretty Link, Covers, Point Pretty Link, Cover Me, Point Pretty Link, Focus S, Point Pretty Link, Focus Me, /account group, /point metadata, cover, point metadata, focus, point account group, cover, point full name, point account group, focus, point full name, point account summary, focus, point full name, point statsa, cover, point statsa, cover strong, point statsa, focus, point statsa, focus strong, point profile modal header, point full name, cover, point profile modal header, point username, cover, point profile modal header, point full name, focus, point profile modal header, point username, focus, point story article, cover, point metadata, point story article, point metadata, focus, point find friends sources Lee, cover, point source, point stream item, cover, point full name, point stream item, focus, point full name, point stream item, point view all supplements, cover, point stream item, point view all supplements, focus, point tweet, point time, cover, point tweet, point time, focus, point tweet actions, point tweet, point details .wik dash item me, point stream item, cover, point original tweet, point expand action wrapper, point stream item, point original dash tweet dot focus, point expand action wrapper, point open dash tweet dot original dash tweet, point expand action wrapper, point stream item, cover, point original tweet, point details me, point stream item, point original dash tweet dot focus, point details me, point stream dash item dot open, point original tweet, point details me, point simple tweet, cover, point details me, point simple dash tweet dot focus, point details me, point simple dash tweet dot open, point details me, point simple tweet, cover, point details, point expand action wrapper, point simple dash tweet dot focus, point details, point expand action wrapper, point simple dash tweet dot open, point details, point collapse action wrapper, point simple tweet, cover, point details, point simple details link, point simple dash tweet dot focus, point details, point simple details link, point client and actions, cover, point client and actions, focus, point dismiss promoted, cover me, point tweet, point context, point pretty link, cover is, point tweet, point context, point pretty link, cover me, point tweet, point context, point pretty link, focus S, point tweet, point context, point pretty link, focus me, point list, point username, cover, point list, point username, focus, point list membership container, point create a list, point list membership container, point create a list, cover, point story header, cover, point view tweets, point card, point list details, cover, point card, point list details, focus, point card body, cover, point attribution, point card body, point attribution, focus, point events card body, cover, point attribution, point events card body, point attribution, focus, point new tweets bar, point inbox, point Sakurado, point ticker, cover, point inbox, point Sakurado, point ticker, focus, point discover item actions, point remove background, me, end, point stream item activity me, point latest tweet, point tweet roll, cover, point stream item activity me, point latest tweet, point tweet roll, focus, point stream item activity me, point latest tweet roll, cover me, point stream item activity me, point latest tweet roll, focus be left curly bracket color, number 420,099 right curly bracket S, point pretty link, cover S, point pretty link, focus S, point stream item activity me, point latest tweet,